Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans. And yesterday I carried a video of Malema looking very subdued, and he seemed very distracted while he was talking to the LGBT community and trying to garnish their votes in the future. And I raised this because the speech was very unlike Malema. You know, he's normally very verbose and look at me and struts around. And during the speech that he gave yesterday, he had his arms folded in front of him as he talked. And there were several times where you could see he was kind of losing his train of thought. And you can watch the speech for yourself and you see what I'm talking about. And there was very little abuse of people in the speech, except, of course, the soft target, the whites. But we now have an inkling into why Malema might have looked so concerned. And no, it doesn't involve the VBS Bank, but thank you, Ria, for drawing this article to my attention, which I'll just read out to you. And I would suggest that there's a whole long line of similar cases of corruption involving the EFF and Malema. And this involves the Johannesburg municipality. And we know that there were a lot of shenanigans going on in the Limpopo region when Malema was up there. But this is very recent. I'll just read it to you. Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba said on Thursday that he will be investigating claims of manipulation in the city's 1 billion rand tender to allegedly benefit the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, or EFF, Julius Malema, while also rejecting claims that he might have had knowledge of this. This comes after the investigation unit, Amabungani, tweeted earlier in the day that it will publish an expose which will reveal that a company that won a 1 billion rand Johannesburg fleet contract had allegedly paid monies to a slush fund belonging to Malema and the EFF. In a statement, Mashaba said the allegations of this nature were extremely serious, as were the efforts of the multi-party government to clean up the inherited fraud, corruption and maladministration, which clearly Malema is part of. Mashaba, a Democratic Alliance member, governs Johannesburg in a multi-party agreement with the support of the EFF and other smaller parties. So you can see how the EFF are tied in all this. Mashaba goes on to say, I have noted with great concern a tweet published by Amabungani today alleging a kickback being provided to the EFF in connection with the award of a 1 billion rand fleet contract. I reject any claims that the multi-party government is complicit in any alleged act of wrongdoing, having demonstrated our track record in investigating claims and acting without fear or favour. And he continues by saying, our efforts to combat corruption to date have seen me taking action even against members of my own mayoral committee, because the efforts to clean up the government can know no political orientation. I will not allow any political consideration to tarnish my reputation, nor that of the multi-party government. I will not govern at all costs. The EFF is yet to respond to these allegations, except for Malema retweeting comments that his party was under attack by the media. Mashaba said that where wrongdoing is found in this investigation, the city will ensure that the harshest and most decisive action is taken against those found wanting. Ultimately, this is Mashaba speaking again, ultimately we must be judged on how we respond to serious claims of this nature. In this regard, our group Forensic and Investigation Services under General Shadrach Sibia have been directed to investigate these claims fully, Mashaba said. I would like to assure the residents of our city that any finding of wrongdoing arising from this investigation will be acted upon without fear or favour. We will do so openly and transparently and in a manner which will demonstrate that efforts to stop the rampant corruption in the city take no cognizance of politics. So there you go. Remember the words of Omar Khayyam that I quoted a couple of days ago about the moving finger rights and having moves on. Now, I would put money on it that Malema is going to be in deep trash, deep rubbish, deep trouble in the election year 2019. It's going to be a very interesting time. And let's hope that he is no longer part of politics in South Africa by then. Take care, guys. Have a lovely evening. And don't forget to subscribe.